Welcome to the Marketing Boost Solutions Podcast, the #1 source for proven solutions to all your marketing challenges.
Welcome back to the Marketing Boost Solutions Podcast. Today's guest, Benjamin Bressington, founder of BearRemedy.net and the mind behind the healing mushroom movement, helping people reclaim their health and energy naturally. Ben's story is one hell of a transformation. He started his career in Australia with a background in law and criminology, spent over a decade advising Fortune 1000 companies on behavior, design, and persuasion psychology, and then hit a wall, total burnout. Like so many performers, Ben was living on coffee in the morning and wine at night just to survive the grind until his health forced him to rethink everything. That's when he discovered the power of medicinal mushrooms, not the psychedelic kind that you're thinking of, but adaptations that create real cellular energy instead of borrowing it. Through Bear Remedy, Ben now combines ancient alchemy with modern science to create mushroom-based formulas that unlock 3 times the active compounds of standard supplements. His mission is to help 1 million people a year escape burnout, rebuild their energy naturally. He's also the author of AI Automation Strategist, and these days, you're more likely to find him RVing across America with his loyal sidekick Bailey, and the sassiest Cocker Spaniel in the wellness space. So grab your coffee, or better yet, put it down, because we're about to find out how and why mushrooms might be a better fuel for your mind, your business, and your body. Please welcome to the show, Benjamin. Say hello.
Hey, how you doing today, Marco?
I'm doing great. Thank you. Looking forward to this conversation to learn how to, you described me. I am one that loves my pot of coffee throughout the morning. And then, although my doctor says quit, I do enjoy a wine or a whiskey several afternoons a week. So, so let's get into it. Tell us some of the story when you went from consulting Fortune 1000 companies to become the kind of quote unquote medicine man. What the hell happened? How did you get there?
Yeah, well, it just comes through extreme burnout, right? Like when you're working really hard, you're doing a whole bunch of stuff, you think you're making great things happen, and you're traveling around the world. We literally got one medical company, which their executives, bear in mind, this is a $60 billion company, right? You would think they've got their crap in order. But their executives and CEOs sat down with us and pretty much said, we don't want to apply AI. We just want to retire in 3 years and let the next person deal with it. And then we showed them how, if they don't start adapting AI and leveraging it within their 100,000 seat employee company, they're no longer going to be #1 in the industry. Like, they will lose that competitive advantage. And then this resulted in them offering a $1 billion AI development budget as part of their company and part of their growth strategy. And like, these are significant things. But then I realized with everything I was doing, I was just burning myself out. So I literally stumbled into this world of mushrooms in a small town in Missouri, funny enough, when I was just traveling through, looking for something new, looking for something for a little bit more peaceful. And the more I fell into the world of mushrooms, I just absolutely loved it. And I have people calling me every single day where they're saying, you have changed my life. I've got people who go, hey, I no longer nap in the afternoons anymore. I got more time for my kids. We've got people who are battling cancer, and they're going, you know what? I'm not experiencing the nausea or the side effects of the chemotherapy, and I've just got energy to like get through the day. I never had those moments of like true impact and bliss when you're actually consulting with a company or when you're implementing AI solutions and all this other cool stuff. Yeah, it's exciting, but like usually there's some heads that are getting rolled along the way. So you aren't the most liked guy in the room, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about it that way. Yeah, you're helping them implement AI, and it's chopping jobs is part of the goal in many cases, right? Is And mushrooms, though, I mean, hell, my background, I grew up in Puerto Rico, and in my late, I mean, we'd run around the mountains and score the mushrooms that grew from a certain kind of cow and cow dumps. And boy, we'd make, I shouldn't even probably say this on camera, but we did. I have tried those psychedelic mushrooms back in the day. And, I lived up in the mountains and it was easy to go get them. But you found a whole different type. I mean, this is something I did once or twice and I was young and it was crazy, 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 crazy. Wouldn't do it again. So tell me about, what led you to the mushrooms that are healthy and good for you and replace and generate that energy that you're talking about.
And like I'd always heard about mushrooms and things like that, right? And you kind of like it's things you're aware of or you may have seen ads to, but you really don't understand the benefits. And I was a real coffee connoisseur, so I was always looking for, because I was also like a 6 monster drinker a day with like 8 espressos, and like it was never enough caffeine. I term that term being a caffeine whore, because it's just like the pot is never enough. And like I could have a coffee, I could have a monster energy drink and have a nap. Probably because I was so overloading my body with caffeine that it was just like, I've got nothing else to do. And then this is part of the fun when you deal with mushrooms, for example, because most people aren't aware the difference between mushroom energy and coffee energy. So here's a quick quiz, Marco. Do you know the difference?
No, I don't know the difference.
The coffee you're drinking right now, the coffee you're drinking right now has caffeine. That caffeine is literally saying to your body, Marco needs more energy. Let's have more energy. And what happens is it fakes that energy. And because it fakes that energy, you have that crash, which is then why you reach for that next coffee. And then at some point, you'll get the jitters. And you're like, oh, I've had one cough, or that one sip, just too much, right? And you've got to wear that jitter off because your body's faking what it needs. But when you have one of our cordyceps boosters with the mushrooms, what it does is it tells your body, Marco wants to generate more energy. And what it does is it helps your body to generate more energy for the next 4 to 6 hours. And that's why you can have the benefit of no crash. And I'm not telling people to run out and get mushroom coffee, because I will tell you firsthand, mushroom coffee usually tastes like crap. Don't even bother. So there is alternatives to nasty tasting mushroom coffee to make the brew you already love beneficial. So now if you're drinking caffeine, imagine if you were able to have more smooth, clean energy, focus, mental clarity all throughout the day, but also increasing your oxygen level in your blood supply. So you got more air in your lungs, you got more air in your actual blood supply, all because of the medicinal benefits of mushrooms. We haven't even got into the eating of mushrooms and things like that yet.
Cool. Wow. I've got a lot more questions for Benjamin, folks. Don't go away. We'll be right back as we hear from our sponsor, marketingboost.com.
It's time to wow, surprise, and impress your clients with the most powerful customer draw card available anywhere. The Marketing Boost Solutions Show is brought to you by Marketing Boost, where you can get valuable travel and restaurant incentives to drive your leads from prospects to paying customers. Now you can offer complimentary hotel stays in over 130 destinations worldwide. Go to marketingboostsolutions.com and try it for free right now.
You just heard from marketingboost.com. Folks, if you're in business for yourself and you're looking for ways to wow, surprise, and delight your clients, you can see these images behind me scrolling by. We offer at Marketing Boost over 180 destinations. You can offer your clients complimentary hotel stays from 3 to 7 night stays in amazing destinations around the world, from Las Vegas, Orlando to Phuket, Thailand. So check out marketingboost.com so you can find out how you can reward your clients for whatever your call to action is with amazing rewards for very affordable pricing. All right, we're back and we're talking about generating energy with mushrooms versus caffeine. The expert, Benjamin, tell us about, let's keep on rolling with this. You often say coffee borrows energy while mushrooms create it. How does that, you've kind of started to talk about that, but What do you mean by that? And give us more detail on how that happens.
Yeah, well, that's why the coffee or mushroom alternative to coffee industry is booming. But what a lot of people won't admit is that most coffee and mushroom coffee suck. And it's because of what happens to the mushroom process. So one of the things we did to actually, we've all got a coffee we love and enjoy. And I know when I'm in Canada, I love the Tim Hortons double double. Like that is just something that just, I don't know what they put in that, but it's like kind of like crack. But it's the market up there, and when you're traveling around, there's always different places, different coffees, and you can find a wonderful tasting coffee that first sip you're like, oh yeah. No one likes drinking dirt water, right? This is why most people have multiple mushroom coffees in the pantry, that they're like, yeah, I tried that stuff. And the problem is, what they don't tell you is there is a fart's worth of mushroom actually in those coffees. These mushroom coffees. So a lot of these companies don't even use real mushrooms. They use the roots of the mushroom, let's say the mycelium, in facilitating that, which what makes it interesting. So our option was that I wanted to create products for people that they felt, and they really felt a difference within minutes. So we actually created coffee additives that you can actually add a few drops to your coffee that give you 4 to 6 hour energy. But they also open your mind. They help you get into flow state. We've had people compliment us on how like they're no longer taking their ADHD medication because they feel like they're actually got that clarity and that focus, and their brain is slowing down and allowing them to get in. We have people who tell me, hey, I used to drink 5 coffees a day. I now just drink 1 in the morning as part of my routine. I may have one later in the afternoon, but a lot of people are saying that they're noticing they're just drinking less, or they're not having that itch to reach for it. And this is really just the medicinal benefits of different mushrooms. There's mushrooms there's clinical trials that have been on that actually help people live longer through dealing with any immunity or cancer-based treatments and things like that. Like there's amazing research. There's mushrooms that they've researched out of Asia that have helped people with amnesia and generate memories and actually improve their recall, to all the way through to pretty much every symptom or ailment you have. Funny enough, there's actually a mushroom that actually can resolve and treat that. Most people never even know this type of stuff. Does that make sense, Marco?
Yeah, no, I've never heard of a lot of this stuff. I mean, I certainly have heard of mushroom supplements, and seems like a lot of people think those mushroom supplements are pretty much BS. What makes yours different?
Well, a lot of the mushroom products are BS. But I'll be honest with you, like the industry is literally the wild, wild west. A lot of supplements are also BS because they don't have a therapeutic dose in them. So one of the big things is all of our products are actually built around what we call the spagyric process, which is one of the most expensive and time-consuming forms of extraction for extracting any herbal compounds. And it's actually a 3-part process that most people have never even heard about. So if I explain it real quick, because most companies they'll do a water boil. So they'll literally drop the mushrooms in a pot of water. They'll boil it for X amount of days, or however it is, could be 2 weeks, 3 weeks even, right? To kind of break down those fats, those oils, those minerals from most mushrooms, right? And they may even do it twice. They may call that a dual extraction, right? So that's like boiling a pot of soup. And that's what a lot of these mushroom supplements are. And one of the things is your body actually only consumes 5 to 10% of that, right? So there's the bioavailability of all this stuff. And then the next step in our process is what we do is alcohol extraction. So we do the water extraction, then the alcohol extraction. And then, because with alcohol, you also extract different beta glucans and minerals and fats and all the good stuff. And then we do something special. We take that raw mushroom that's been gone through these 2 processes, and then we burn it. We calcify it back into ash. And that ash gets mixed into the tincture. So now it's 95% bioavailable. And that's why you can taste and feel these products usually within 15 minutes of taking it. We do the same process for our gummies. And the funny thing with that is a lot of these other mushroom supplement companies, when you look at how many gummies you need to take, you've got to take 8 to 12 of their gummies just to possibly get anything, even though they say there's 10,000 milligrams in this thing, right? But with our gummies, you can take one. With our droppers, you can take one and you'll feel it for 6 to 8 hours, which is the big difference. So it's really all about what's the ingredients and the quality of the ingredients. Because even if we reference coffee, right? There's Waffle House coffee, and there's that Italian espresso, whatever you drink, to all the way through to your Starbucks Frappuccino latte, right? So there's a scale, and a lot of people and a lot of these supplement companies make their product as cheap as possible. And it's easy to say the benefits exist in it, but you would literally have to drink a bucket of their stuff to actually feel anything. So the whole point of our company that we created was I was tired of all this really crap you don't feel, you don't even notice. So we created a company that was like, I want to give you the most pure products, therapeutic doses that you can get on the market. And if I give you a good product, everything else is easier. Everything else is downhill, which makes this very fascinating and a hell of a lot of fun.
So tell me about, Amanita mushrooms. Aren't those the ones that can kill you? And how do you, what can you tell us about those?
Well, Amanita is very fascinating. So it sucks for anyone who's in Louisiana because they can't get this. However, Amanita muscaria was a mushroom that's been misguided, the black sheep, for many, many years, kind of like the psilocybin mushrooms or those magic mushrooms. But over the last few years, there's been a lot of research about microdosing Amanita. And microdosing means taking just enough that it's a subconscious process. And the same thing's happening with psilocybin. You can actually have Amanita muscaria, and it is phenomenal. One of the best things you can ever have for healing inflammation, bruises, relaxation, muscle relaxation. It's phenomenal. When you take an Amanita gummy that's actually facilitated in a lab, and it's like proven like the ones we do, it's like you feel like you get wrapped in a warm blanket within about 20 minutes of taking it, and you'll notice lower back pain. We have a lot of people with sciatica and all this other stuff that just go like, man, my back it's not twitching like it was, like it's just settled down. So it allows them to live life. So Amanita is dangerous if you go into the woods and just pick it and eat it. And what most people don't realize is most mushrooms you shouldn't be eating raw because of they need to be processed. So Amanita was just mistaken for many years, but now through the power of citizen research, not clinical studies and trials and the pharmaceutical companies, but thousands and thousands of people iterating on this. And there's actual, throughout Europe, there's entire cultures that have been using these mushrooms for years, centuries, and eliciting the benefits that Western medicine has never really applied. So, and what they would always do is microdose, and a microdose is very, very small doses. Like it's the same as you taking a baby aspirin. A lot of people their doctor tells them to take a baby aspirin for their blood pressure or something like that. And that's what they do. That's technically a microdose. So you can do the same with mushrooms and still experience the benefit.
So you're using, from what I understand, a 500-year-old alchemical process. Is this ancient wisdom or is it modern woo-woo?
Well, I would say it's the best of both worlds because we take that ancient science and that ancient process of the spagyric extraction, and we apply the latest in technologies to it to always be innovating it, making a better product. And that's why if I can give you something where your body can process 95% of it versus processing, even like when you take a synthetic drug from a pharmaceutical company, your body has a hard time processing those synthetic compounds because they're not natural. They're derived from natural compounds, but they don't process the same. So it's the same thing they do, but we use mushrooms as a natural foundation for the body to work better. And it's just our quest to always provide the best possible products on the market.
So I understand that your product, helps your body during that typical brutal 3 p.m. crash when you're running out of energy and the day's not quite over. How does your mushroom adaptogens, or I'm not even sure how to say that, actually fix
The
that?
adaptogens.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it comes down to like each mushroom blend that we use has different benefits. So for example, when we use reishi mushroom, it's all to do with the stress balancing and balancing stress, and it's how the body can deal with it. You've got cordyceps for actually telling your body to generate and supporting your body to generate. Most people aren't aware that Chinese athletes, when they go into the Olympics and any competitive sporting events, have cordyceps. They have a therapeutic dose, which is probably what's in this, of cordyceps to actually increase their oxygen supply, to increase the oxygen in their blood, to increase their ATP and things like that, to actually boost performance. Lion's mane, for example, is everyone's heard about this. They may buy it at the farmer's market to cook with it. And it's all about opening your brain, opening your ability to focus. There's research studies that show about how it facilitates new brain cell growth, not just helping you get here, but it's helping you awaken your brain. And it goes on. Like we've got turkey tail, maitake, ashwagandha. A lot of people haven't even heard of rhodelia. We use that a lot of the time for just increased focus and mental performance, but more importantly, stamina and endurance. A lot of these caffeine drinks that you drink or energy drinks allow you to have a drink and then you crash. When you have like the natural remedies, like rhodelia, they call it the focus Jedi, because you get into the ability just to have stamina to perform, all the way through to using spearmint for the ability for aiding your digestive system and helping you just thrive throughout the day. So there is natural alternatives, and one of the big things we're seeing is a lot more people move to these natural alternatives over these chemical alternatives because they're just not working for us a lot of the time. You have the jitters, you have the headaches, you have the crashes. You just filling your body full of inflammation, and inflammation is being shown to be one of the leading causes for a lot of the issues that we have, young and old.
So, folks, if you happen to be watching on YouTube or Rumble, we are looking at his website, bearremedy.net, where he goes through a lot of these details and the options to get his energy gummies or his mushroom micro boosters. Tell us what we can find on your website, information, etc. Where do you recommend folks go? And I do have a page you're promoting here where folks can get a free sample of the gummies, from what I understand here as a Marketing Boost podcast listener. We'll get to that in a minute.
100%.
But tell us about your website for now.
Yeah, so on the website, you'll find we allow all of our clients to actually try our stuff before they commit to something, because they've heard this stuff before. We know that they may be like, it doesn't work for me. So what we do is we allow them to try it. We have sample packs of everything. You can order a sample pack for free. You just pay shipping and handling. And most of the time, the shipping and handling is just $5.99. And we ship you samples of our products that you can try and experience. We've got the Amanita muscaria gummies that are all facilitated in the USA using the highest quality products. We've got certificates of authenticity for every single product with lab tests. You've got our micro boosters that are what we call our additive to a coffee, because you shouldn't have to suffer with crappy tasting coffee. So you can take these.
So tell me about that. Let me interrupt. Tell me about that. What is it? An oil or drops that you add to the coffee, or how does that work?
Yeah. So it's a tincture you just add to your coffee. So you just grab a bottle, you shake it, and you literally just take one. You can either drop it straight under your tongue, or you can put it in your coffee. Some people like to put it in their coffee. You take it, and you'll literally start feeling that impact your body within the first 15 minutes of you taking it. And then what you can do is you can choose which additive you want to add to your coffee, or you may want to add all three in the one go, because you might be like, you know what, I've got a lot of stress and anxiety today, and I need to, my mood is just like, I'm not as chipper as I want to be, right? So that's when you'd add our uplift. Or you might be like, hey, I've got a whole bunch of work to do. I've got crap I got to get done. I need perform. A lot of parents, performance executives are loving the perform blend. I get calls every week from those road warriors, the people who are out hustling, running around, driving, hours of driving every single day. They take a shot of the Perform. They stay awake. It keeps them alive. Like they just feel their body is awake. It's not crashing from the caffeine and the energy drinks. And then the last one we have is the Relief. Relief is all about dealing with and coping with stress and anxiety. And if you have it before bed, it helps you relax and have a great night's sleep. I've had multiple people tell me that they've been able to reduce or stop their mood booster tablets just by leveraging this and getting a better night's sleep. And they tell me they sleep better than they have in years. So instead of creating another crappy mushroom coffee, we wanted to create a mushroom additive or a tea additive or a smoothie additive that you can just take and choose. What do you actually need for the next 4 to 6 hours? Like, do you need to be mentally awake, performing? Do you want energy? Do you just want better mood? Because you know what? I'm going into some meetings that are just like, these people are just going to piss me off, right? Or maybe you got to deal with the kids and you know what? You're a little bit short on a fuse today. So you don't want to drop some dynamite when you don't need to. So this allows you to because I also believe this stuff isn't one size fits all. So you should have the ability to kind of choose what you want rather than having imagine if the energy drinks did this for you. You could have a relaxed energy drink. You could have a mood boosting energy drink. And we're starting to see that. They're starting to specialize their products. But this is just a very simple, easy way for you to do that. And if you're drinking more than 1 cup of coffee a day, you will greatly notice the benefits of these products. Wow. I had a guy just in my office complex who used to drink 6 energy drinks per day. 6. And he said to go to sleep, he would have half a bottle of NyQuil. And I'm like, no wonder you're drinking half a bottle of NyQuil because you're drinking 6 energy, not the small cans of an energy drink, those huge monster cans, the ones you kind of get from Costco or Sam's. And he's like, dude, I haven't reached for any of this stuff in weeks and I'm sleeping better. I'm feeling better. Just life is good. We don't realize the impact, I think, of a lot of the easy to grab products that in our life.
So on the business side, let me switch a little bit. How long have you been in business doing this? How did you come about? I see on your website you have 4,800 your average 4.9 star reviews. Tell us about the business struggle. What was one of the early on, some of the biggest struggles you've had in learning about all this, building all this, and how did you overcome those early struggles?
Yeah, so our company's only 12 months old. So we started in 2024. And we're doing very, very well because we focus on always creating a quality product and selling it online in the e-commerce world. A lot of people start this focusing on growing mushrooms and dealing with mushrooms. I partnered with mushroom providers first, and then we created great products. And one of the biggest battles for us was, where are we going to compromise to save money on our product costs? And there is 100 different ways I could make a cheaper product. And one of the things that people will notice is our products are expensive. Yeah, this isn't the mushroom supplements for everybody because this is a product that is backed by testing. It's pure. And when we say it's pure, it is. And when we say that there's 90 grams of mushrooms in every dropper you take, there is, and we can prove it, where a lot of companies can't do this. So one of the biggest things was, were we going to compromise on that quality of product? And we have to always fight with our suppliers and our vendors to not compromise on the quality of that product because it impacts that end client experience. And we notice this all the time. We notice this when companies grow, they scale up, they had a good product, and then it kind of just gets fluffier. It doesn't get better, right? It gets more watered down because they're maximizing revenues. And this is why we're not VC backed. We're doing a whole bunch of stuff where we're planning for 5, 10, 25 years. We're about to launch our own mushroom grow. We're growing our own mushrooms, and we're creating mushroom meal kits, MREs. We're also going to be creating a mushroom jerky line. And then those mushrooms we're using in all of our tinctures and our gummies and things like that. So we can always guarantee the quality and the integrity of our product. And we're not compromising and getting cheaper powders, because in a lot of these products, I could save tens of thousands of dollars a month in just the product cost by not giving people mushroom body. So I'll explain this to people. So it's kind of like if I offered a banana smoothie, right? I could say you've got a banana smoothie, which is a fresh banana I've peeled and I've cut that banana up, right? Which that's the good banana smoothie, right? And there is a cheaper alternative. The cheaper alternative is saying, well, what we've got is we've got the banana tree. We've grinded the banana tree and the roots of that tree into a fine powder. It still kind of tastes like banana. You can add some banana flavoring to it, and your customers won't even notice the difference. This is what's happening in the mushroom world when they're saying they use mycelium, which is kind of the roots that grow mushroom. So they actually include that in your product rather than the fruit, like the banana, right? So that's how you can have these products way cheaper. Yes, there's $20 products on Amazon. Yes, but I can promise you, and I know what they're using, there's no real mushrooms in that. That's why when you have these products, there's no benefit. So it's like we get this fight all the time. Are we willing to compromise on quality? And like, at what point do we start compromising? And we've just committed that we don't want to stand for any of that. We want pure, potent products that you feel every single time that make a difference. Because if we do that, we believe that we impact people's life and we help them on a holistic side of things rather than compromising for a quick buck.
Love it. Ben, let me ask you this. Congratulations in building this big of an operation in a year. How did you fund it? How did you self-capitalize this? Did you pull together partners? And how did you come about having the ability to put all this together? I saw recently you've doubled your warehouse size. So yeah, tell us about, again, our community is always interested in learning from others how to get, a startup business that starts to succeed. So what can you share with us about that?
Yeah, so we focused on our online first. So sales first is what we focus on. Is can we sell this product? What's it take to sell this product? What's it take us to get a customer? So we do that very, very well. And that allowed us to scale quickly and then buy the product, get the product, facilitate the product. Because if we were doing that first, we controlled our cash flow. To the point where, yeah, we've now doubled our warehouse. We've now got multiple product lines that are 100% ours. We're moving forward with a 29-acre property here that's going to be turned into our mushroom grow compound. It's also going to be connected to our healing and wellness retreat center as part of the Healing Mushroom Lodge. This was all self-funded. We bootstrapped all of this. Like, I started this company in my RV as I was traveling around the country, finding small batches of product. And sometimes I would only have 20 bottles because that's all I could afford to buy at the time of a product or facilitate. And you'd sell those out and then you'd buy more. And there was one of my vendors, I literally parked my RV a few blocks down the road from their lab, because every day I would walk in and I'd buy 10 bottles. I'd buy 20 bottles. I'd buy 50 bottles. And they're like, wow. I'm like, yeah, because if I buy the product today and ship it out today, I don't have to carry the inventory. So I was buying the product as I was selling it. So yeah, this is all bootstrapped. We've only just opened up the ability for people to join our co-op for our grow opportunity. So we've turned our mushroom grow into a co-op that will allow people to get involved with us and participate with us. Later next year, we're actually going to be rolling out a business licensing opportunity to be able to sell our products and facilitate mushroom education as part of the Healing Mushroom for Bear Remedy. That becomes part of the distribution model, our growth model, and we'll be doing that worldwide. We've already got several hundred farmers who want to turn on mushroom growing as part of their business. So we're going to be providing them with turnkey mushroom grow trailers that they can drop into their products, their farms. They have instant access to our products. We're teaching them how to grow mushrooms, but it's not just about the growing mushrooms. It's about what do you do with 1,000 pounds of mushroom once you've got it? Because here's something what most people aren't aware of. If you grow mushrooms, you've got a 3 to 5 day shelf life. Then that 1,000 pounds is dead. You may have to wait for another 35 to 60 days before you have more mushrooms to harvest again. So the thing is it's like understanding what are we doing with it. That's why 99% of all the mushrooms we're growing as part of our mushroom grow, and at some point we'll be growing, get this, Marco, in excess of 100,000 pounds of mushroom a month.
Wow.
Right? 99% of that is going to be either dehydrated or freeze-dried, and it gets used for our tinctures, for our gummies, for our meal replacement kit, which we're creating, which is, once again, next level. I've got Beard award-winning chefs designing our meal replacement kits just to have. So when you have this, you're like, this is a phenomenal meal, and it came out of a bag that you added some hot water to. Like it's really, really cool. So to the people who are out there, like, just keep going. And remember, I keep saying it's the small things that open big doors. It's the systems that allow you to do things consistently and scale. And sometimes it's really hard to notice progress because you spend 3 months, 6 months doing small things that you're like, well, have I made any difference today? But then you get to step back and you're like, whoa, well, like, there's a whole bunch of stuff happening. Like when we just launched our co-op opportunity, I had this idea, we launched it. I had to close it within a month because I had more people wanting to join our co-op than we could even think we were going to expect. So it was a great opportunity and allowed us to refine. So the next time we do it, it'll be totally different.
Now, again, tell me about how did you acquire so many reviews, or how many reviews, tell us about your review solicitation process.
Well, that's just reaching out to people, getting reviews, getting reviews on products, selling. We sell a lot of products on Amazon. We sell a lot of products online directly to the clients. Like when you're selling 1,000 products a week, I had a team of people just focusing on reaching out to people, getting reviews, getting feedback. What sucked? What was good? What was that? And we used all of that feedback just to get better, make a better product. Here's an early mistake we made, which is really, really funny. So we did a sample product and put it in like a bottle like this, right? But unfortunately, when we got the bottle from our lab that bottled it, they put the wrong cap on it. They put a dropper cap on it, like you'd have like an oil, like an essential oil or something. So when people would take the product, they were meant to take one full dropper of it. And what happened was people were just taking one little drop that would come out of this dropper cap. And they're like, I don't feel anything. I'm like, that's because you're not even taking the full dose. You're meant to be, because the wrong cap was put on the bottle. They were meant to take a full dropper.
Right.
So that led us to a whole bunch of bad reviews. And then we're like, how do we solve that? Then we had to like literally send out a newsletter with every product they purchased to explain, here's what you're meant to do. Here's what happens. But then people were saying they loved the information we'd give them. So we turned that negative into a positive because we educated them on the products they were consuming. And if I had any feedback for the business owners who are listening, I'd be saying, hey, lean into every problem you have, because that problem you're dealing with, the root cause of that could become your competitive advantage.
Perfect. So that leads into what I want to tell you folks about. We're ready to launch any day now. I've been talking about it for several months. Coming soon is trustbyreviews.com. Trust by Reviews is where we help you. That's how I started Marketing Boost in the first place. I needed more reviews. I needed video testimonials, and I couldn't get any. And so we came up with the idea of offering our clients a bonus getaway. We were selling travel. We were selling hotel stays around the world and resorts. We said, hey, if you'll go the extra mile and film a selfie testimonial video from the pool, the beach, the bar, and brag about the hotel you're staying at, and mention our brand, we'll give you a bonus getaway in Orlando or Las Vegas. Well, that turned into hundreds and then thousands. And today we have over 30,000 video testimonials on that website, more than any other travel site in the world. But that eventually is what became marketingboost.com. We started on a mission to create the ability to get access to these unsold hotel rooms that we could promote via Marketing Boost. But today, Trust by Reviews, we help you solicit reviews from your clients, feedback, honest feedback. And then if they happen to be unhappy for some reason, our unique system is you get a 72-hour mediation window to communicate with that client about their negative experience and try to fix it before that review goes live. If they never respond to you, then we're going to consider that possibly a fake review and won't publish it. And if you go back and forth, then it goes live with whatever the situation is. If you get 3, 4, or 5-star reviews, then we're going to help you encourage those clients that are happy with your brand or product to share that on multiple third-party review sites with a couple of clicks. So one happy customer could push their opinion on SiteJabber, on Trustpilot, on Google reviews, on Facebook reviews, on Yelp, and etc. We have about 200 different review sites that are integrated in. So one happy customer could push reviews to 5 or 6 different locations, and that's going to force Google to bring you up in the search engine. So check out Trust by Reviews, or stay tuned. That's coming soon. All right, we are back with Benjamin, and we're talking mushrooms, and we're talking business. And I want to ask him about his mushroom business, about how he's, the next question I have for you on bearremedy.net, and he's built this business on helping folks find solutions to energy, etc. But Ben, tell me about your advertising techniques. How did you get in front of enough people to be selling the volume you're doing? And what has been the most effective way for you to promote yourself with your Amazon store and anywhere else that you're selling?
Yeah, so on the Amazon store, we certainly did the Vine program, which is a way for that. They send samples out to people to get reviews, so that certainly helped. We also have engineered our business around the free sample model, literally just giving away samples. We'd go to events and would sit there with the bottles, and people would just try them. And then you'd have people try it and they'd be like, whoa, like, man, I feel that. So like what we never did when we were doing that is having our phones up and capturing that video response and that testimonial, which next time we do all this, we'll be doing all that. So now we've set up programs, and that's why we have the free gummy offer. It's like, hey, try our products, see how they work for you, see how they respond, see how they taste. A lot of the times with this stuff, it's just like, what does this stuff taste like? How does it taste?
Well, first of all, let's talk about your free offer for Marketing Boost listeners right now. They can go to, the links are all going to be down in the show notes below, but there's a free sample offer like he's been talking about here. You get 2 free mushroom energy gummies. Just cover the shipping of $5.99. So tell us about this offer and what we get.
Yeah, so what you get in this offer is we're actually doubling this offer for everyone who goes to this page. They're going to get a sample of our energy gummies. They're going to get 2 energy gummies that'll give them smooth energy all day long, so they can taste what that tastes like. They can see that it's sugar-free and it actually tastes really good. They'll also get a sample of our Amanita gummies, which we call our relax gummies. So this will help you go to sleep, relax, deal with inflammation and pain. They'll get a sample of both of these, which is over $15 worth of value they're going to get for free as long as they pay $5.99 for shipping, because that's what the USPS charges us for shipping this out. And there's no commitment, there's no subscription, they're not put into any of that type of stuff. It's literally just a try it, see what it is. If it works for you, then we're pretty sure you're going to want to buy it. And in the future offers, they'll actually be getting samples of, we're just rolling them out in the next few weeks. So by the time they're watching this and getting it, they may actually have little bottles of this, which is samples of our micro boosters that'll be added to this sample offer as well. So once again, they'll be able to try all of the products. They'll be able to get literature on all of the products to understand, what the hell is this? Does it work for me? Do I feel it? Do I like the taste of it? And if they like the taste of it, they end up wanting more. So we've worked out how to take our free offer, so giving out free samples and turning that into $300, $500 a month subscriptions for people who want to buy these products and because of what they buy. Once you usually try these products, you love these products and people stay on them for a long time, because it's hard to find anything else that compares. Even if you're a mushroom junkie and you've tried all of it, you'll be quite surprised at the caliber of the difference in these products versus everything else.
Wow. So that is a hell of a model for anybody to try to figure out. You give away a free offer and turn them into $500 subscriptions.
Is your business on autopilot yet? Do you have automation in place to capture, nurture, and convert prospects into clients via email, SMS, ringless voicemails, appointment setting? Get all the inbound and outbound marketing tools in one place. Go to marketingboostsolutions.com for more on automating your business so you can make money while you sleep.
We're back and we're wrapping up here with Benjamin as we've talked about how he built his business, how he markets, how his sales funnel is driving clients for as little as $12 a deal or $12 acquisition cost. Congratulations again, Ben. All this in a year, and you're building a 29-acre farm again. Let's go back to, let me see if I can share my screen and go back to showing your Get 2 Free Gummies page here. Got it ready to show. Again, tell us about this and anywhere else you'd recommend we go to follow you, Ben.
Yeah, so you can check it out there, and then that phone number goes to our team. People can call it, text us 7 days a week, talk to us about the condition you have, talk about what your goal is, like what you're trying to. We'll recommend the right product for you. If you scroll down to the very bottom of this page, I believe there's a comparison table that explains the difference in products and what they mean and what they'll do. We explain the ingredients to people, but like we give people all of the opportunities to actually understand what they're taking and understand that these products are true. So one of the huge benefits is real humans answering the phone, being able to get education on what the products are. And that these products are all made in the US. All the mushrooms are getting grown in the US. They're getting processed by labs in the US. This isn't coming from overseas, not getting diluted. We're not compromising on the quality. So yeah, if you just keep scrolling all the way to the bottom, it's a pretty long page, got lots of content, lots of reviews. Just up a little bit now. You'll see the comparison table. Keep going up a little bit. Like we even compare against other products, other systems, and how different it is for the amount of products. Like there's 350 grams of each mushroom in each one of our blends of products. So if you scroll up a little bit more, there's another table. But like this is exactly how they claim the offer for the free gummies. They just put their details in there, and they'll see the difference. And it's only getting better from here, that's for sure.
Folks, all the links are in the show notes below on where to come get this free offer and how to get to bearremedy.net, as well as his main website, as well as the link for the free sample offer. So go check it out. Ben, thank you very much for your wisdom on helping us and teaching us a lot about. I'm going to have to go and order some of this myself to see if I add some of this to my coffee and get home grow or internal energy coming from within versus the fake energy that coffee gives. And I love that idea. My favorite coffee is my brother is a farmer in Puerto Rico, and we grow our own coffee. I'm getting ready to have one of his special blends mixed as my personal brand, which we'll be launching as well here soon. But I love the idea of adding these drops of mushrooms in there and turning the coffee into more of a natural energy building machine.
It's a superfood. You turn that coffee into a superfood. So you're not compromising on what you already enjoy. You're not having to change a habit. You just add to it. And now,
Right.
like it'll dramatically change the impact of the drinks you drink. It's phenomenal.
Super. Final words of wisdom to the business owner community. How do we get inspired from your success in 1 year to be growing, building, buying a farm, building, just some serious successes? Congratulations. But what would you share with others that are in the process of growing their business?
You're not alone, and just keep going. The journey is worth it, even when it feels like it's not. It feels like the walls that are collapsing around you. Just keep in mind that it's all temporary, and in 2 years, 5 years from now, it's not going to matter. So as they say, don't sweat the small stuff when it can feel like major life-changing stuff that's going on. Just do it. And just remember, we're all doing it scared. So like, you may as well just do it anyway, right? So that would be my last pearls of wisdom. So take that from a crazy mushroom person.
Thank you, Benjamin. Folks, if you like the content we brought you today, and one, I want to really thank you. I appreciate you being here listening to this. If you like the content we brought with you, give us a like, share this with some other entrepreneur that's looking for ways to grow their business, and subscribe to the show. Don't forget to subscribe. Share, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode of the Marketing Boost Solutions podcast. Thank you very much. Thanks for listening to another episode of Marketing Boost Solutions Podcast with your hosts, Captain Marco Torres. Now it's on you. Take the next step now. Go to marketingboostsolutions.com for more on how you can wow, delight, and surprise your clients with the most amazing draw card on the planet. So stay thirsty, my friends. Stay thirsty for knowledge. See you next time.